Hey, what's up guys, Zeryth here. So, a lot of you guys have been asking me to redo my guide on Frost Death Knight PvP in patch 5.0.5 at level 90. So, jumping right into it, for talents I went into Plague Leech because I feel like that has more versatility and can be more useful at times than Unholy Blight can, which I will choose Unholy Blight if I'm in a BG situation. But I'm going with Plague Leech for arenas just in case I'm low on runes and need to consume disease just to get a death rune. So, moving on to the second tier, I went into Lichborn for the healing because the Lichborn healing is nuts and it's really good. So, went into the Lichborn healing for this. And sometimes it bugs out, but it's no big deal. So, Lichborn, I went into Chillblains for the slow. You can go into Death's Advance if you'd like, but I believe that Chillblains offers more utility for your team in arenas than either Death's Advance or Asphyxiate, because Asphyxiate tends to go on DR with other stuns, and that's never good. So, for the fourth tier I went into Death Pact because it heals for half of your health. Death Siphon requires a rune, a death rune, which is pretty necessary, and it doesn't really heal you for that much or do much damage. So, Conversion depletes your runic power, which you need for Frost Strike, and you don't really want to use that because of the next talent that I'm going into, which is Blood Tap, which every time you use a Frost Strike you generate 2 blood charges up to a maximum of 12 charges, and you can use Blood Tap to convert these 5 charges into a death rune, which you can then use for Necrotic Strike, or even an Obliterate, or your Soul Reaper, or anything else that requires runes basically. So I went into Blood Tap because I believe that I like having control over my runes and when I want to use them rather than just randomly activating or randomly or on a chance activating Runic Corruption, increasing my generation by 100%. I like being able to use my runes whenever I want, and I believe this offers the most utility for the Death Knight class. And for the last tier, I went into Remorseless Winter, which freezes your target after 5 seconds of staying in the stun, or rather stacking up to 5 times. If it hits 5 stacks, the target's frozen for 6 seconds and stunned. So that's a great talent. It's very useful in any situation. So you can go into Desecrated Ground for increased utility and maneuverability or mobility, and Gorfine's Grasp could be good for RBGs, but I went into Remorseless Winter. The glyphs, I went into Icy Touch for the dispels. Whenever I get a Rhyme proc, I'm going to use that for the dispel. I went into Death and Decay for the slow, to keep them away from my teammate or to kite them through it, and AMS for more utility, so that I will not take any damage, magical damage, while it's up. So guys, those are my talents and my glyphs. Now we'll move on to the Reforging. So a lot of you guys have been asking about my Reforging lately and why I'm reforged into Mastery over Crit. I've compiled a difference between the DPSs and when you reforge into Haste and Crit between Haste and Mastery. And I found that the difference between Haste and Mastery is a lot bigger than the difference between Haste and Crit. So you get about 78k DPS when you reforge into Haste and Mastery, and you get about 70k DPS or less when you reforge into Haste and Crit. So check this footage out and hope you like it. So guys, on the left there is Crit Strike and on the right is Mastery, and as you can see the difference between the DPS is already changing a lot. You get a lot more DPS initially from Mastery, but they both tend to spike in different directions because it's over such a short period of time. My Mastery was a higher DPS. It ended at I think it was 78,000 DPS, and my crit ended at about 70k DPS. That's when it maxed. So it's a big change in DPSs. I think that Mastery is overall better than Crit because it has more of an effect to your stats rather than just your auto attacks doing 200% more damage. So I believe that the Mastery is better, but I guess it's just a matter of preference. So whatever you guys want, you can pick. I just went with Mastery because it's always been there for me. Mastery has been one of my best stats, and I'm not gonna get rid of that now because clearly has worked for me, so I'm gonna stick with that. You saw it with the DPS, but that's just my take on it. So back to priorities on your Reforging. You want to get a 3% hit cap, then you want your 3% expertise cap, so you can get the 6% spell hit cap, because you need to get spell hit capped to be able to cast your spells, because you do have spells. And next you're going to want to focus on your strength and your PvP power, then is your PvP resilience, and then you want to reforge anything that's not either of those into haste. And if you can't reforge into haste, then I like to reforge into mastery, as you guys just saw. Other than that, you can reforge crit, but that's just, I don't really like crit as much. It doesn't really affect your DPS as much as mastery in my opinion. So those are my reforges. That is my take on the reforge, at least. So hope you guys like it, and check this next part out. So guys, now I have a set of macros to show you real quick. First things first, the healing. /cast Lichborn, /cast target equals player, open bracket, close bracket, exclamation point death coil. That will heal yourself. You just spam it, and it will heal yourself with your runic power when you have death coil up, or Lichborn up. Next one is my super macro, /use potion of Mogu power just in case, /use 14, which is my trinket, /use dreadful gladiators dreadplate gauntlets, /cast Pillar of Frost, and /cast Horn of Winter. So that's 14. And the Death Pact is /cast sequence reset equals 60, raise dead, and Death Pact. Another one is /cast Blood Presence, /cast Frost Presence to switch between Blood and Frost. And then this one is /cast Obliterate, /cast Blood Tap, which will allow you to use Obliterate whenever you have 5 stacks of Blood Tap, basically. Next one is Necrotic Strike and /cast Blood Tap. Basically the same thing, allows you to use Blood Tap or Necrotic Strike whenever you have 5 stacks of Blood Tap. So it's really nice. I'll just demonstrate it real quick. Let's get some Runic Power. And then 1, 2, 3. Now I can use Necrotic Strike. And then 1. Then I can use my Obliterate. So those are those macros, guys. I don't use too many because you don't really need to. It's pretty useful, so hope you enjoyed those. So guys, a lot of you have been asking for some arena tactics. Someone said that they've been having problems surviving an arena, so this is just a quick just a few tips to be able to survive an arena. I may have deleted my footage from arena, so if you want to watch me do some arenas, I have a couple videos up. You can check those out and see what I do. Maybe I'll do a commentary in the upcoming weeks, but here's what I do. So if I have a lot of people, if I see people opening up on me, I will start in Blood Presence, just in case I know I'm gonna take a lot of damage. If I'm kind of iffy about it, I'll stay in Frost. I'll stay in Frost Presence, but other than that, I'll be in Blood Presence if I think I'm gonna get blown up or something, because the burst right now in arenas is stupid. So Blood Presence if you're gonna get focused, Frost Presence if you're not, and if you're starting to run low on health, what I like to do is first I use my Death Pact heal, because it heals me for half my health. I'll use that when I'm either at half health or a little below half health. And if I'm still running low on health, I'll activate my AMS, and then I'll Lichborn, and I'll heal through Lichborn. And since I'm still taking damage, the AMS will cause a lot of runic generation based on the amount of damage I take, so I can heal through a lot more. And it's very useful. So that's when I use my AMS. And if you're still having troubles surviving, pop your Remorseless Winter defensively when it stacks up 5 times. It'll freeze the enemies, give you some time to run away, give you some time to heal up if you have a healer with you. If you don't, you can walk up to them, death strike them, heal you for a decent amount. But that's just kind of a last-ditch effort because you really need these runes for Obliterate, so you can still get some damage output and cause them to go defensive. But if you're still having problems against melee classes, you can always use Death and Decay. If you glyph into it and it'll slow them by 50%, you can just kite them through that. Chains of Ice again. Good thing is it doesn't really go on DR, so that's amazing. But what I like to do when I Lichborn, just for the extra runic generation, is I AMS Lichborn when I get low on runic power. Like, watch, let's see. So 45, low on runic power. I can Lichborn again, but for some reason it always bugs out on me. I don't like that. Bugs out on me when I use that macro for some odd reason, so I'll have to figure out why it does that. But you can always heal yourself up a lot more. No idea why it does that though, so I'm gonna have to check that out. But you can heal a lot. You can get at least half your health back if you use Lichborn that much. So it's a great way to stay alive. If you're still having problems, you can IBF if you're low on health. I usually IBF when I'm stunned, and I know I'm gonna get globaled or something. I'll Icebound Fortitude. It prevents you from being stunned for 12 seconds and reduces damage taken by 20%. So that's a nice thing. Another thing you can do is you can always, if you're being feared or something, you can use your Pillar of Frost, which provides immunity against external... Oh, wait, never mind. You can't use your Pillar of Frost for that, but it prevents you from being knocked back. So if you're against an Ellie Shaman or something, it won't let you be knocked back. So that's a pretty cool... It's a pretty cool part of Pillar of Frost that not many people do know about. So I enjoy that. For some more utility, you can use your Outbreak. I'm going to click it just for the sake. And since I have no fully depleted runes, now you can... Dang it. This is too strong. You can consume my disease to activate a death rune, which is pretty cool, so that's always viable. Death Strikes. You can macro Blood Tap to Death Strike, and watch, allows you to use it. So there's a lot of ways you can stay alive. Just you have to be very cautious while you're in arena. So just keep a lookout for that. I'll post some arena videos, some commentaries of what I do personally. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy this. I'm almost at 200 subs, and I want to just thank you guys. You guys are the best. I do it all the time, but I mean it from the bottom, the top of my heart, whatever you want to say. I don't know. But thank you guys. You're the best, and I hope you enjoy the videos. I'm definitely going to have more to come. I want to start making more videos of me just owning it up because I like those. Those are really fun. Whenever I watch other people making videos about that and seeing them just destroy things, it makes me want to do it. So I hope you guys enjoy those videos. If you have any ideas or you want to see me make any videos about anything else, just leave it in the comments below. But yeah guys, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. See ya.